you've been in fires a lot, no matter how experienced you are, you got to have somebody on your shoulder telling you that, they're backing you, because you don't know. There are times when you say, hey, God, just get me through this. I'll be a good boy, and I'll go to church on Sunday. I'm going to take care of everything. Get me through this.
The battleground. It's very important to know the enemy is fire and how the enemy spreads, convection, conduction, radiation. And you got to know your battlefield. You're going to do battle on the fire ground, so you got to know the battlefield.
The best thing could happen to all of my people would they run into all of you. The whole secret of this business, I think, is to know your job as intimately and as interconnected as you possibly can.
The premier position that the workers in this room have put this service in is that we are the most popular service, we're the most accepted service, and we're the most trusted service. Now, the worst thing that can happen to us is that we get complacent and we don't keep agitating each other, and we don't keep asking the kinds of questions that we are asking here.
To be able to work at an occupation which brings tremendous personal satisfaction, and to enjoy the association with the marvelous people we have been privileged to work with, makes firefighting enviable to those sentenced to much more mundane walks of life.
Somewhere in this room, there is someone that will be up here on this stage accepting this award in the future, because this is the group that is the leadership of the fire service.
I think, like most people that have these things happen to them, they realize that they really stand on the shoulders of people who have gone before them, people who have stand next to them, and people they admire.
I would never have thought that my efforts to be a good firefighter, fire chief, and most of all, a good steward of the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation would have ever brought me to this point in my life. But it has, and for that too, I am deeply grateful to everyone who's helped me make it possible.
To the FDIC fire engineering family, and to my beloved friend, the late Steve Alk. As a team, there was nothing we could not accomplish in making this the greatest fire service conference in the world.
It will be all of you, the true leaders of the fire service, that keep the torch of tradition burning intensely, that will steer us through these turbulent waters and allow us to emerge an even stronger and more resilient fire service.
You're the best and the brightest the fire service has to offer. And I would encourage you to attend as many classes as you can. Take the knowledge you gain, bring it back and share it with your team, and above all, be all that you can be. Thank you, stay safe, God bless, and buckle up.
This award, it's a testament to a pursuit, a calling, a sharing of knowledge. We understood the phenomena of smoke movement through the stack effect, but we didn't associate that with fire behavior and the fact that if you were in a position of smoke and fire travel, you were in the barrel of a shotgun.
Mentor, train, share with everybody, make a difference. Love this job, and to anyone that doesn't, to anyone that disrespects it, show them the door.
This is a real privilege to do what we do, and it's a joy. I notice today sometimes when we get into the tactical discussions that it gets pretty bitter and nasty amongst some people. I think Bobby mentioned it this morning. Keep arguing, keep talking, but don't take it personal.
I'll never forget the sense of pride and thrill and exuberance that I feel when I see my name in fire engineering that has been published for well over 100 years. To all of you, thank you very much, and may God bless us and keep us all safe in our most noble of professions.
I'm not sure if I've met you yet, but you are out there. You might be Sam, you might be Samantha. I don't know who you are, but you are my replacement. You are the brother or sister that is stepping up to start carrying the torch.
Whether you're on the job for 1 year or 30 years, we all have something to learn, and we all have something to teach. Training is the most important activity for every firefighter, every company officer, and every chief. Our training defines us and has a direct impact on the level of service that we all provide to the people that depend on us.
Once again, please welcome Chief David Rhodes and the daughter of Chief Tom Brennan, Ms. Eileen Brennan.
Thank you. Tom Brennan, Lifetime Achievement Award. I was thinking about this the other day. I will probably be the last editor that actually worked with, taught with, and knew personally Tom Brennan, Bill Manning, and Bobby Halton. We're getting old. Those messages are true. Bobby Halton served as editor-in-chief and education director for 18 years. He had a passion for the fire service and firefighters that was developed over a lifetime of involvement and dedication. Growing up in Brooklyn with many family members serving in public safety, he was influenced by many public servants. But before the fire service, he was busy being rebellious, growing long hair, and becoming a well-known 70s skateboard Bobby. He claimed to hold the longest handstand ride and the longest longboard speed record, which he set on a long, treacherous mountain road. These early years, he worked as a driver with his wife, Marcia, for the Grateful Dead. After a very colorful teenage and early adult life, he eventually settled down and landed a job with the Albuquerque, New Mexico EMS, where he became a paramedic before moving on to a full-time career with the Albuquerque Fire Department. Moving through the ranks in Albuquerque, he developed a passion for teaching. He became friends with Chief Alan Brunacini, who had a strong influence in his fire service involvement on a national level. His work on incident size-up, command simulations, and decision-making became a very sought-out course for departments across the country. He was promoted through the ranks and became deputy chief of the Albuquerque Fire Department. He never gave up his rebellious spirit or sense of adventure. He was offered and accepted the job of chief in Coppell, Texas, where he served for a short time before being asked to be the editor-in-chief of fire engineering. In his 18-year run as editor, he was given a platform to serve out his final years as an advocate and voice for the fire service. He worked relentlessly to ensure those with the same passion and skill were given the opportunity to contribute through training classes at FDIC and in the pages of the magazine and our many websites. He was always advocating for the fire service as a whole, but constantly reminding us of the importance of the everyday common firefighter whose boots were on the ground. Bobby carefully looked for lessons in history that had significance to modern fire service issues and blended that with his passion and love for America into editorials that would make you stop and think, writing columns that would motivate you or tick you off, sometimes enough to force you to go and read a history book and look into the issues on your own. He loved saying that he was unapologetic about everything while offering his opinion freely on most everything. If someone would complain or question him about one of his editorials, he would often sarcastically reply, "You know, it's called the editor's opinion for a reason, and I'm the one that gets to write it." As with most positions of great influence, Bobby developed a large following, a few enemies, and undoubtedly became the most recognized editor in history of fire engineering. Using the stage at FDIC to bring his editorials to life, he brought energy and rejuvenated a nation of firefighters who were suffering from department politics, burnout, injuries, or cancer, like himself. Bobby found his purpose and his calling, and he poured every ounce of energy into it. It was a drug, unlike anything he could get from his doctors. You gave it to him. You gave him the drive to fight through a host of medical issues. Through all the ups and downs, he gave us all the greatest gift that anyone could give, and that was his time. He would talk to anyone about the fire service, whether it was a little kid in the hallway with a plastic helmet or someone that had retired 30 years ago. He was engaging, charismatic, dramatic, attentive, and enlightening, and all at the same time. A lifelong student with an infectious zeal for sharing information and being your friend. If you were a friend of Bobby's, you were affectionately known as an FOB. Bobby was without question a rebellious and unapologetic fire service icon, a leader, instructor, a gentleman, and a friend. Most of all, he inspired us all to never give up, to overcome life's obstacles, and make a difference no matter what level of the organization you serve in. Never be afraid to be the man in the arena. Always opening doors and creating opportunities for those who share the love for the greatest profession on earth. While Bobby should have received this award many, many years ago, he would always make sure that he had the next recipient chosen before we ever could bring it up. We all wish he was here to receive it. However, this year we award the Tom Brennan Lifetime Achievement Award to Bobby posthumously. Come on up. Please welcome up the Halton family.
Thank you all very much. I'm Marcia Halton, and these young men next to me are our sons, Dean, Ryan, and Evan. I'd like to sincerely thank the advisory board at FDIC for making Bobby this year's recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award. He would have been extremely honored and very humbled because he truly loved being part of the fire service. I know many of you here are used to seeing my husband on this stage at FDIC, just as he had been for the last 17 years of his life. And I only wish he was here today to accept this award himself. This is, in fact, my first fire conference, and I never imagined that one day I would be here instead of Bobby. I also want to express my deepest gratitude to all the firefighters and members of the fire service community, as well as his FDIC family, for supporting and inspiring Bobby during his many years here and in the fire service, because you made his career so rewarding. And as much as you loved him, he truly loved all of you. So here's to you, Bobby. Congratulations, you were worth it.
Wow, now we wonder why Bobby was hiding Marcia all that time. Might have a future keynoter. Oh, what a day. What a couple of days. Woo! I held it together pretty good yesterday, but today's getting me. This is for real, folks. Here we are. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is an unbelievable platform. But as the other speaker said, you guys are the star. You guys make it happen. The fight's back home. It's easy to come with people who love and do what we do and be around the folks that are like us. It's hard to go back to the station where you might be the only one. You might be the only one working out and they look at you like you're crazy. You might be the only one training. But you know, it is contagious. Just keep grinding. Keep doing what you're doing. They'll notice. And your one sometimes will turn into 2, and then 4, and then 6. If all you can do is work on your station, your shift, your crew, then man, that's what makes it work. Because those folks are going to get promoted, and they're going to move out, and you're going to have a force multiplier. But whatever you do, don't give up. Don't give up. We can, let's see, what's a good word here? We can take our fire service back. We can make it what it's supposed to be. And this is absolutely the group to do it. All right, we got a lot of stuff going on today. We got the classrooms. The exhibit hall opens up today. The 5K in honor of Bobby. And the stop, drop, and roll. Before I leave, I want to thank so many people, the production team, for all the help. As I suddenly became a rookie again in this world, you guys are unbelievable. Backstage, Terry, Diane upstairs, Rob. There's about 25 people working backstage that you never see. Have a great time. And don't forget, every day is a training day, and share what you learn. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Have a great FDIC. I can't wait to see you in the hallway.